The latest sort of take is, look, it's going to be the U.S. and China slugging it out, even if China at some stage overtakes the U.S. But is that really true? Because a third pole, if you like, is going to be technology or big tech itself, including these multi-billionaires who run big tech and how they choose to align themselves, whether it's with states and governments or not. I mean, this is going to be a significant question to try and look for answers to. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, Martin. Very good to speak to you again. So essentially, you raise really interesting questions whereby huge technology companies have been able to yield significant control and influence through technology platforms. And I think you're absolutely right. This has emerged as a almost competing influence to some of the governments. But I would say that governments still have the power to regulate these businesses. We've seen that in China, we've seen it in Europe, we've seen it in the US. So in some sense, while technology will obviously be much faster innovation than governments and will be able to yield increasing importance and influence, I think ultimately the strength ultimately weighs with governments. And that's because they hold the regulatory advantage, they hold economic advantage, industrial policy advantage, of course, military and security advantages. And to your point a little bit earlier about kind of how the global economy is going to change, India is going to become the third largest economy. That's also going to become a very important polarity in this multipolar world. But ultimately, the U.S. and China are going to remain the dominant players just because their economies are going to be by far the largest, and they're going to have that advantage from an economic, industrial, military, and political and trade perspective compared to other regions and other countries.
Okay, just very quickly, China will overtake the U.S. eventually?
Absolutely. So by 2037, we think China's economy will be a little bit larger than the U.S., and by 2050, quite a bit larger.